Hi Janesville, welcome to Park Place Views, brought to you by the City of Janesville and JATV Media Services. I'm Jamie Balsiger, the Management Information Intern in the City Manager's Office. This monthly program aims to keep Janesville residents informed by highlighting the people, places, events, and partners in the City of Janesville. On last month's episode, we talked with Business Improvement District Board Member Dave Marshik about the brand new downtown Janesville Business Improvement District. If you are interested in viewing past episodes of Park Place Views, they are available to watch on the city's website or JATV's YouTube channel. Today, Associate Planner Terry Nolan and Chair of the Sustainable Janesville Committee, Aaron Aegerter, are joining us to talk about the Sustainable Janesville Committee. Terry has been the staff liaison for Sustainable Janesville Committee since 2013. She has a bachelor's degree in planning and environmental policy from UW Green Bay, along with a master's in urban planning from UW-Madison. In her free time, she enjoys gardening, biking, and visiting Janesville's many parks. Then, Aaron works for Basics Natural Foods Cooperative. He has been employed in the natural food industry for over 20 years. Aaron believes healthy, organic food and natural medicines can solve or prevent most health problems. Besides volunteering for the Sustainable Janesville Committee, he is a committee member for the Rock County Progressives, WADR 103.5 LPFM Janesville Community Radio, and the Rock County chapter of Wisconsin Safe Energy Alliance. Thank you both for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks.
Terry, what is the Sustainable Janesville Committee and how did it come about?
Well, the Janesville City Council established the Sustainable Janesville Committee back in 2008 with the purpose of looking at environmental and sustainability issues. The committee was charged with basically being an advisory committee to the City Council and really taking on any issues at the city that the council directed them to do.
Then, Aaron, what are some goals that the committee hopes to achieve as a group?
Well, I'd like to, start our mission statement's, I think, an excellent one that kind of talks about what we want to work with the community, and I'm going to read that for you. The mission of the Sustainable Janesville Committee is to advocate, foster, and advance the collective efforts of city residents, businesses, and governments to educate, endorse policies, and ensure implementation of practices that are both environmentally and economically sustainable. So one thing I think our goals are is always to hear from the citizens of Janesville and listen to what they want for initiations and concerns so that we can support sustainable efforts in town. We also like to ensure a healthy environment for Janesville, clean water, clean air, hopefully a less toxic living environment there. We like to encourage and provide sustainable living choices and opportunities for our cities, such as our hen ordinance that we felt was a nice opportunity for people to have backyard eggs that they can enjoy in the morning. Our changing landscape ordinances for more sustainable natural native prairies and gardening. And we also would like to create a strong local economy based on renewable, clean, and efficient energy sources.
And how many people are on the Sustainable Janesville Committee, and how are those people selected to serve?
Well, we have 7 volunteer residents of Janesville that are appointed to the committee and 1 council member that's appointed from their opening council session. The members will find on the website for the City of Janesville the opportunity for openings for different boards, committees, and commissions. And you fill out there and the openings are posted there.
Okay, then Terry, what are some recent projects or policy proposals that the committee has discussed?
Well, in the years that I've been with the committee, their workload generally falls into either projects or policy. And some of the projects they work on an annual basis are the Sustainable Janesville Awards, which that cycle is coming up. And that's really to recognize all the good things that are happening in Janesville. And then they also put on a fair every year. Again, that's coming up on March 10th. And then more recently, probably in the last year or so, they've been very focused on policy issues because, policy can have lasting change. So they have been working on revisions to natural landscaping ordinance and gardening ordinances to create a less restrictive ordinance so that individuals that wish to plant native landscaping or have a garden in their front yard can do so with some guidelines still in place. And then they are also at this moment looking at potentially putting together a beekeeping ordinance. Bees are not allowed in the city right now. So this ordinance would allow bees with some guidelines also. So those are kind of the major things that they work on.
Aaron, how about plans for the coming year? What topics are the committee planning to discuss?
Well, like Terry just mentioned, we've got their opening discussions on a local beehive ordinance. We would like to make it lawful for the folks that already have some hives around town, which hopefully hasn't been too much of a problem for the city. One thing we also are working and discussing is public recycling opportunities. We feel that our public spaces and our parks have inefficient recycling containers for one, and we'd like to encourage that and see if we can initiate that through the city. We'd also like to see, we think of the recycling, curbside recycling has been a very effective means for maintaining a renewable Janesville, and possibly seeing that picked up once a week. It's an opening discussion we're considering. We also have a working for more development of neighborhood community gardens. These could be located in selected parks that provide a water source, proper growing conditions, and accessibility. So we've worked a little bit with the Parks and Plan organization for the city to work on that. They could also be located on property owned by the city, open lots where residents, I feel that personally and us, that apartments that don't have the opportunity to garden and enjoy gardening could hopefully utilize that also. I think the Sustainable Janesville Committee's highest goal is to help our city's creation and implementation of a comprehensive long-range plan for sustainability. Practices should be considered a priority in long-range planning, policy efforts, and daily operations. That's a very big, long effort, but a lot of peer cities in Wisconsin alone have really comprehensive 30-year plans out how to switch to more renewable future.
Yeah, there's a lot going on this year coming up that you guys have planned. Terry, if someone has a sustainability idea for the committee to look at, how can they communicate that idea?
Well, there are two basic avenues. Most of the ideas or possible topics that the Sustainability Committee tackles either come from the administration or comes from a city council member. So if a member of the public does have something that they'd like the committee to consider, they can either contact the city manager's office or contact their city council, and that will be funneled to the Sustainability Committee.
One of the upcoming events the Sustainable Janesville Committee has is the Sustainable Living Fair. Aaron, could you tell us more about that?
Yeah, this is an initiative we've started for the last 4 years now. This will be our 4th annual Sustainable Living Fair, and we felt pretty proud of it. It's an opportunity for our residents of the city and the area to come and gather to meet eco-friendly businesses, residents that know a lot about different ways of gardening or having a more efficient home for energy. It's just a really nice meeting place for that, from backyard hens to river and stream restoration. It's a very family-friendly event also, where we have kid activities. So we encourage families. It's been a very exciting affair for the community, and it happens usually at the library, which is also a great place to go.
The committee also does an annual awards program for the individuals or organizations that champion sustainable practices in the community. Terry, when does that award program happen, and how can someone be nominated?
So the awards are done on an annual basis, and so the nomination opportunity will come up here pretty soon in March. We have a web page that we kind of broadcast out for nominations. So anyone can nominate a business, an organization, or an individual, and for an award. And the reasoning for an award really ranges, a wide range of things really count as sustainability. If it's an individual who is out there educating the public or really advocating for a safer, cleaner environment. If it's an organization or a business that is implementing renewable energy or has kind of a different take on a recycling program, those are definitely things that would qualify for an award. So the nominations will be coming out soon, or the opportunity to nominate will be coming out soon, and then that nomination page is open for about a month, and then the committee will consider those nominations, and then typically we give out a couple of awards every year. at a city council meeting that is really close to Earth Day.
Then, Erin, can you give some examples of individuals or organizations that have received the award in the past and why they were selected?
Sure. Well, just recently we had Mike Kahn and his Southwick Court neighbors win a kind of an individual/neighborhood award. They worked together to restore the public greenbelt just behind their homes to a more native prairie land. And what was nice, they undertook the effort to remove invasive species. They opened the area for more direct sunlight, and they identified native plants and preserved them. This actually increased the hillside's landscape to be more of a kaleidoscope of colors. And they've also put little signs next to these different areas to let people that are using the trails to know what variety of plants are there. And for a business that we gave recently, it was for Angie Energy Systems, which is headquartered here in Janesville. They're an internationally company that works to provide natural gas compression equipment to make for more sustainable fuel for automobiles. So one thing they like to do is they'll use natural gas that can come from either fossil fuels or from waste decomposition. So they provide the equipment to harvest and clean landfill gas and turn it into automotive fuel. In their mission statement, they include protecting people and the environment in everything they do. And we thought that was a nice local business that's an international business too that's doing a lot for sustainability.
Yeah, that were a few good ideas. Then what is something that excites you about being a part of this committee?
Well, there's numerous things that excite me about being part of the committee, but I greatly enjoy volunteering for groups and organizations that aim to help to improve the lives of others and help clean and protect the planet, the health of the planet. So working with the thoughtful and caring members of this committee I believe helps make Janesville a great place to live, and it's very rewarding.
I would second that. It has been very rewarding for me to work with a group of people, individuals that really care about this community and really want the best.
If someone is interested in joining the committee, what is the process to join?
We're actually recruiting for a member through March 11th. Interested individuals can visit the city's website. There's a application form to submit.
Then, if a viewer is interested in learning more about the Sustainable Janesville Committee, how can they do so?
Well, people are always welcome at our committee meetings. They're very informal. We do invite everybody to the table, and so our meetings are every month, the third Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Or just to learn more about the committee in general, you can also visit the website, the city's website. The SJC has its own web page.
So we are almost out of time. Do either of you have any last-minute thoughts?
I've got a couple of. One, I do encourage all residents of the city to look to this openings for our different boards, different commissions, and committees to volunteer. It's a great way to be part of not only making choices for the community through the city, but just volunteering is an important aspect of democracy, being part of a resident. And I'd just like to add that sustainability is not just a buzzword. It's really a necessity, especially in our current world. For Janesville to continue to be Wisconsin's park place, I really think we need to provide a healthy environment and an attractive, sustainable community for individuals to live and thrive in.
And I would first like to express my gratefulness for being able to staff this committee for so many years. I will definitely miss it. And this committee has taken on a wide range of projects and policy initiatives, and they are just a fantastic group of people to work on these types of issues. And I think the committee members have really enjoyed the work that they've done because it's an opportunity for them to be involved in the community, but also learn how the city functions. I think the committee members have enjoyed the work that they've done and enjoyed kind of seeing some of the progress that they've made.
Yeah, you guys have shared some really good ideas with the committee, and thank you for being here today to allow our viewers to get information about the Sustainable Janesville Committee. And thank you, viewers at home, for tuning in. On next month's episode of Park Place Views, we will be talking to Janet McLean from the Janesville Senior Center. In addition to tuning into this program on a monthly basis, stay connected to the City of Janesville by following us on Facebook or Twitter. You can also sign up to receive emails with our press releases and other important information. And you can subscribe to get emergency alerts from the Janesville Police Department on Nixle. For Park Place Views and the City of Janesville, I'm Jamie Balsiger. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next month.